I reckon, I've never really counted them, but I reckon we've got about 150. Some of the newspapers have got the idea that we've got 1,000. Where they got that from, I don't know. I mean, where would you put 1,000 bricks when you think about it reasonably? It all started back in around about 1999. I'd worked at Rothwell Colliery near Leeds for 16 years. The pit closed in 1984. Leeds Council obtained the site from the National Coal Board, or British Coal as it was then, and they intended using the site for a country park. And I was asked to go down to give the landscapers a view as to where buildings used to be. I noticed that these bricks were lying about and the names of the brickmakers were there. So I asked him what was going to happen to them, and he said, he says they'll all be collected up and broken up and they're going to be used for ballast. So straight away I thought, well, it's a shame these things being broken up, and I asked him if I could take some. And eventually I've collected about 40, all different name makers. And that's where the interest started, because none of these brick makers were still in business. And I felt it was something like the coal mining industry that were going to the wall, and the shipbuilding and the steel industry in Sheffield. And all these industries were dying, and brickmaking was one of them. My wife Maureen is a wee bit long-suffering over the brick problem, because I put maybe 3 rows of bricks down here, and as I got more and more I had to extend it. So the thing is, I was taking up part of my wife's lawn, so then I had to go to the wall and build the wall up a wee bit, but that keeps falling down. Bricks aren't intended to be laid like that, you know, but I wanted the name of the maker to be showing, but it does occasionally fall down. It was a battleground, yeah, but I won eventually, but I didn't put any more down there. She's got the upper hand, yeah. But we work well together. To be honest, it was a matter of getting rid of the bricks that I got, instead of having them in a pile, doing something with them. And if it does look artistic, I suppose it does really, doesn't it? If it does look artistic, then I certainly didn't intend it. And everyone really has got a bit of a story. Accrington Norrie. Accrington Norries are some of the best were some of the best bricks in the country, the hardest. And they wanted to call it Accrington Iron. And apparently there was a bit of a court case because another company were calling their bricks iron. So what Accrington did, they changed it round to Norrie, so it's iron backwards. And so every brick has some sort of a story to them, you know. Most of the collieries, certainly around this area, had either small quarries that had the clay in the quarries ideal for brick making, and you'll find that in different the different qualities of bricks and the different colours. They've all got their own different sort of character. As I say, most of the collieries that used to produce bricks or have their own little brickworks, because collieries use quite a lot of bricks underground for stoppings and things like that. So it paid them to have their own little brickworks. But a lot of them, of course, went to other buildings, small builders used to buy them and whatever. But there is something different about every brick, yeah. Now, this part of the country, it's called the Rhubarb Triangle, Stanley, Wakefield, East Ardsley, Morley. It's called the Rhubarb Triangle, so 90% of the rhubarb that's grown in this country comes from this part of the world. And it used to be grown, the indoor stuff was grown in rhubarb sheds. And there's one in particular that's made a bit of a business out of it down at Carlton, quite near here, near Rothwell. and they do visits, and they have rhubarb weekends and things like that. The rhubarb sheds have virtually gone round this part of the world, and of course some of the bricks have been left. So that's a good place to find them. But any hedgerow, you'd be surprised where they are. They're all over the place. And nobody wants them, except us who collect them.